Hi everybody, it's Ellen again. I have another tutorial for you. This time I'm just going to show you how to do beads on the X'd out bracelet. It's pretty simple, it's just a couple changing of how you lay the bands for ending and closing and extending it from one loom. I think it just kind of adds a little pop to them, a little bit of difference. These are just some beads I picked up from Joann's, I think, in like a big glow-in-the-dark craft bag thing, and these are just pony beads, so you can use pretty much any kind of bead, just a little bit on the, I guess the larger size. You can see kind of fills up the space, but it's pretty easy to do, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So we have our loom again with the pin bars in the normal pattern, I guess. Just one loom, so I am going to show you how to extend it as well. That's kind of where we get into the tricky part with how we lay our bands. So first, we want to lay our perimeter bands. Let's see if I can kind of see that. Perimeter bands, and for this we're going to go up, all the way up one side, and then cross over to the middle. So just start here and go all the way up. And you need, I think, 10 or 11 beads for this to fill up the spaces. So cross over like that. And come back to the beginning here and go up the other side like that, and then cross over to the top there. I'm just going to put my end cap here now. You could put a button cap here if you wanted to. Like that. We'll come back to the beginning and we're going to lay our X pattern in here. So it's just one X, then we're going to skip and not lay the second one like we did for the original. So starting with this pin, the second one here, that'll be the center of our X to go out. And like before, it doesn't necessarily matter where you lay these ones because they just get loomed out through a center end cap. So like that. And you'll skip the next pin and then go to the next one, and that'll be the center for your next X. Skip a pin, and then here's the center for your next X. Skip a pin, here's the center. And skip a pin in the next center, broken. Skip pin, and then the last one. So there's all the X's in there. And then I'm going to put end caps in the center of all the X's. Technically, the way we put the bead on, it kind of creates its own end cap, but I just want to make sure, I kind of like the tightness of it, so I'm going to add them. But you could probably skip it if you really wanted to. It would probably still work. It'd have a little bit different shape. But I'm going to put an end cap on my X's. Alright, like that. Now we're going to put our beads on. And the first thing we're going to do is leave a band like this. This will be to connect, we'll put a bead on here and then we'll connect it to the other half of the bracelet once we reloom the other half and we're doing the connection. So this is for our bead that'll be in between the two connecting ones. So let's put that band there so it's there. We don't have to worry about unlooming anything to fix that part. Then what you're going to do is to take any beads that you have, get a rubber band through the center. I just use smaller crochet hook, pull them through. You can use a piece of wire or whatever depending on how big the hole is. If it's a pony bead, you can just push it through. But then you take it and you wrap one end around this middle cap, and then slide it up and wrap the other end over here on the next end cap. Might be a tight fit. The bead can go wherever. It just gets trapped in the middle anyways, so just like that. And you do the same thing in every space. So another rubber band, if it'll let me, over the middle of one X, and then stretch it over to the next one. Kind of push those down, make sure they're out of the way there, so they don't pop back up on you. And just do that down the loom. Oops. Yeah, put it in the right spot on the X. Like that. And the last one. So it is 6 beads, and I skipped a spot. But luckily that doesn't matter, I can go back. So, like that. This will just get loomed in, so it doesn't really matter that I skipped that one there. So now we have our extension for the bead that'll go for when we extend it. And then if you're going to do, if you're not going to extend this and you're just going to do a single, you probably would actually have to stop the bracelet back a ways and bring your pieces together, or add in a couple bands, perimeter bands, to bring the top closed. But since I'm going to show to extend this, that's why this is set up this way. So we have our bead band for the next half, and then beads in the center of all of these. Now it's super simple. We're just going to turn our loom around, and we're going to loom out the X's first. So go in through the end cap, and if you put it on, and the bead band. So I'm just going to loom that out like that, and do that for all of them. And we're looming right through that band too from before that we laid there. Alright, so you got all your X's out, and come back to the beginning here and just grab the top band and pull that back towards itself and then go all the way up that side. Like that, and come back and go through the other side. Alright, so now all the looming is done on the first half, so we can go ahead and take this off the loom. You can just pop this off. Stick your hook in through the end. If you're not extending it, then you want C-clips here. So that's what the first half looks like. And now the second half. Alright, so I have to point out a few differences here. And the biggest one being that when we did the first half of the loom, we did not have these bands here. So what you do for the second half of the loom when you're extending this one is you start at this pin and then go all the way up one side, and I mean all the way up, and then you come back to the beginning, go from this pin to over here, and then go all the way up to the end, and then you'll lay your X's, skipping the pins in the middle, and then putting on your end caps if need be. And then we will attach the part that we made here, and I have the little band piece sticking there. So I'm going to turn the loom around. So by the red arrow side you have what's going to be to close the bracelet. By the non-red arrow side it's now just straight, when before it was the opposite way. That's the difference. So now we need to attach this to our loom. I'm just going to take the first half on the bracelet here and put it on this pin here. Like that. And then we'll take the second half and put that on the other side. Like that. So we have it just, you can just set it right on top. Set it right on top, and then this is our band for the bead. So we'll put that bead on, and how I'm going to do that is part one. I'm going to move my loom a little bit, put my bead on, and then pull that band through. And then I'm just going to attach it, or not. Hang on to them. Alright. So now I'm just going to throw that up there and attach it. Like so. So that'll be the filling up the empty space between this X on our finished part and the new X over here. So then you just want to put the rest of your beads on. Just having a rough time right now. There we go. And the next one. Last one here. So then we would just loom out our X's like before. So again, I just want to reiterate that wrong side of the loom, the white underbands come all the way out straight, whereas before on this end of the loom they came in at a point. That was for the first half. For the second half, they come out separate, or they don't come together, and it's the red arrow side where they are connected. So we just loom out our X's and then do up the perimeters, and we can take it off. So I'm going to loom that up real quick, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have the entire thing loomed now, all the way up to the end. So I'm going to stick my hook in here to take it off. Alright, so here's what it looks like. Very pretty. You could have some great color combinations going on in there, I think. Pretty simple to make, all on one loom. And you can extend it too as well. It wasn't too hard, I hope. So, put a C-clip on here real quick. That is my tutorial for my beaded X'd out bracelet. I hope you like it. I think that it's very cute. You got lots of different options of what to do here. Here's an X'd out cuff without beads in it. It's very pretty as well. I'm sure you could alternate beads and the bands. Be pretty neat. So, thank you for watching my tutorial. I really appreciate it. I hope you like the bracelet, and I will always continue to have more tutorials for you in the future. So thanks for watching.